The Bernina 880 comes with a tool called a height compensation tool. You know what this really is good for? Sewing over those really thick pieces of jean hems, and where you feel like you almost are going to break a needle if you were to kind of force it through. I'm going to show you how you don't even have to do any worries. This is going to help you through. I am going to add in a quick little cheat for you while I'm prepping this seam. So really what I'm going to do first, I've got 2 pieces of denim and I'm going to just sew a quick 5/8 inch seam allowance. And I always feel like if I'm quilting that this is, or if you're a quilter, this always feels like such a large seam, but you're going to see why this is a normal seam for garment sewing. So normal stitch length when you turn your machine on is about 2.5 unless you've changed it there. But I want to do something kind of quick and, like I said, on the fly, a little down and dirty, and because you have a blind hem foot number 5. Foot 5 is not for what I'm going to show you, but you can use it. My preferred foot is foot 10, and you can get a foot 10D, which is for dual feed, and this is going to add a little quick top stitching to this seam. It'll make it look really good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press open, just really finger press open this seam right here. Because this foot has a little blade in it, that is the beauty of it. We're going to line it up right in this groove. But I am going to move, first I need to tell the machine that I'm cheating and I'm putting foot 5 on. And then I'm going to move my needle all the way over to the far left side. So look what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to guide the blade of the foot right down the seam. I'm kind of pulling out because I didn't actually iron or press it. And then just watch how perfect this seam comes out. When you need top stitching, there's no reason it should look homemade. Why not use the tools that are at your fingertips for helping you look good when you're sewing top stitching? So this is what I wanted to do right here, is show you how perfect it is. Now the only thing is it does start to get a little teeny. Remember what I said the stitch length is? 2.5. So a preferred stitch length, I did this on purpose so you can see the difference. A preferred stitch length when you start to work through multiple layers is a longer stitch length. Turning it up to 3 or 3.5 is going to make it look more defined. So I'm going to quickly put my other foot back on. I'm going to move my needle position back to the center, and we're going to use that height compensation tool next. So what happens when you start working over such a thick seam? If I fold it once and then I fold it again, there's 9 layers of denim there. So yes, you do want to switch to a denim needle. I have not, but the machine will go through it, that's for sure. And the other thing is most people want to stitch from this side. Do you know you get a prettier stitch if you actually stitch from the top side? That's why they call it top stitching. So let's go ahead and take our fabric, flip it over. Yes, you can still feel where that seam is. You could use a line on the throat plate to give you a better location so you stay nice and going at the same hem distance. But really what I want to show you is how to get up and over this big seam. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to just kind of work my way towards it, and you can see immediately once your foot starts to go up that mountain, I'm going to sink the needle down into the fabric. All right, so now once I am holding this place, you can kind of see that the foot is leaning up the mountain. So where's the pressure? The pressure is all pushed down on the back part of the foot. So that means that sometimes you start to get little tiny stitches here. So this is where your tool comes in. So you can actually set it to be a thickness of 1 layer, 2 layers, or 3 layers. So this is actually about a 2-layer feature here with this thickness of fabric. So my needle's holding my place, so I'm going to lift up the presser foot. Next, slide your tool up to the needle. So the needle's going to stop it. But now when you step on the foot control, do you notice how level your foot is? You could almost call this a leveler right here. And now you don't even, your feed dogs are going to be just as happy because as it stitches across this new taller plateau area of the seam, it is just guided on there. I don't have to push it. I'm not going to break a needle. Well, vice versa, as we come off this mountain, we're going to kind of be in that same issue where if you kind of go down, you get kind of sometimes a long stitch. So if we just take the same tool, slide it beside the needle, yes, your needle will go through this entire tool very easily, by the way, and then you have it stitched to it. But you'll see when I'm done, I'll show you how even these stitches are without even having to do any work. So here is our final result over that denim seam. Look how perfect the stitches are. That's really what we're after, is nice even stitches, and you didn't see me kind of have to help it through. It did everything all at once. Yes, we could have put our foot 1D on and engaged our dual feed from behind, but honestly, it's really about keeping the foot level, and this tool, it will be your lifesaver. So if this video has been helpful for you, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube channel.